Welcome to the Agents of the Roundtable Wiki Community AMA. Every Monday at 7 p.m. UTC, we discuss Secret Network and its applications with guests from all around the network. This is an audio recording of the AMA. We hope you enjoy.
For everyone, so we can kick this off eventually. To tell us when you want to start.
Yeah, let's wait till like 3 past 8. 3 past 7 UTC. 8 for me. Welcome Secret Bull Run as well. If you could mute your mic, then we make sure we don't have to serve you mute you later, which is nice. So we will wait 2 more minutes to see if some people come in, and otherwise we'll just start. And so Drake, you want to kick it off?
Sure. So, hello guys. Wait, hold up. Oh yeah, that's just your background noise. That's fine. And so, hey guys. This is the Agents of the Roundtable AMA, where with the topic being drawing, designing secret NFTs. I'm Draconora, and I guess I'm helping host with Mav today. So yeah, we'll kick this off. Mav, would you like to introduce yourself for people who don't know you?
Sure. I'm Miss Mav. You guys can call me Mav. And this is actually my first secret meeting. So kind of looking forward to hearing from everyone today.
Awesome. And so for people that don't know me, I'm Draconora. I'm just a very active community member who just picked up a agent coordinator position within the awareness committee. So you'll usually see me there if you are around. And our guests for today are Izzy from Izzy, Kadala, and Eliona, if I'm getting that correct. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves? Maybe starting with Izzy. Izzy, are you cool? Are you good to introduce yourself?
Yeah, she's unmuted, but we cannot hear you yet.
Yeah. So if you're talking, your mic isn't working.
Maybe let's move the mic to Kadala first, and then Izzy can check if something's going on. Kadala, can you
Yeah.
introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hello, guys. I'm Kadala. I'm the artist for Urban Wars. You guys might be familiar with the game already. And that is.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
also a new secret agent. Yeah.
Yeah. So for those unfamiliar, Urban Wars is a game coming a P2E game, I believe, coming to Secret Network, created by Domirium Labs, which is headed by the old education committee lead Stefan, who's an absolute legend. And so yeah, Kadala's designing for that, which is really really cool. It's a tower defense game, I believe, if I'm getting that correct. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Cool. And Eliana, would you be good to introduce yourself in the chat? So Eliana won't be tuning in by voice today, but I'm sure when we ask her questions, we'll try and read out her responses as well, so that anyone that's just tuning in to listen can hear what she has to say.
Yeah, so make sure you ask any questions in meetings chat.
Oh, also, Mav, feel free to talk or take it away at any point because I'm really tired. So there's gonna be a point where there's a clear drop off in my ability to understand what's going on.
What time is it by you?
It's 6 a.m., so I've been up for most of the night.
Oh no. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, as I said, how much do you have much involvement with the secret network that you would like to share, or because I know you do your own things?
Yeah, I'm newer to Secret Network, but I really like what just the potential of this blockchain, and I've been looking at. I mean, I just feel like there you can create a whole new digital experience with the way Stash is set up and the way we can use the network. So I'm just I haven't been around too long, but I'm learning more, and I look forward to getting to knowing more today as well, hearing more from everyone. So.
Cool. All right. Izzy, did you manage to get your mic working? Are you happy to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I had a problem there. Yeah, so I designed Confidential Cats. I did the artwork, and I had a team of developers, of course, help me. And that's all I've worked on so far.
Cool. Also, I would just like to say your mic is a tad on the quiet side. If you're able to boost that up a little bit, that would be great. But if not, we can still hear you. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's all good. Still quiet though.
Okay, I'll try to fix it. Sorry.
No. I was yeah, anyway. So I'm just curious, for the three of you, what part of the world are you guys in? If you're comfortable sharing that, maybe just continent if you don't want to go more specific to country. Maybe Izzy first.
Sure, yeah. I'm in Canada.
Kadala.
I'm in Romania.
Oh, cool. And Eliana. Oh yeah, she shared. So Eliona's from Russia. I cannot pronounce your city, so I'm not going to try. But yeah, so obviously we have a very global community, both creators and members, which is really cool to see. Mav, whereabouts are you?
I'm in Denver in the US, so. And I'm reading, how do you say her name? Is it Kersonnes? She is not able to speak today. Do you want me to read that in here?
Yeah, I think yeah, so go for like you can read anything you want or ask any of the questions that we've got written down. I'm just
Sure.
riffing.
Okay. Well, Kersonnes is here as well. I hope I'm saying the name correctly. But her name is Elena, actually. She's from Russia. She's 20 years old and just starting NFTs. That's awesome. She was an artist for 10 years, went to drawing school, and now is a digital artist, plus drawing oil paintings and studying to be an architect. So she would like to combine it all and make NFTs in the secret community. That's awesome. Well, welcome.
Really happy to have you. I think that's a really interesting kind of skill set to combine for NFTs, honestly, and can't wait to see what that produces. So I'm kind of curious for all of you, if like how long have you guys been designing for? Obviously, Kersonnes has shared that, but like, what have you guys like Izzy and Kadala? How long have you guys been like drawing, designing for, creating? Yeah, maybe Izzy first, and we'll just keep it probably in the same pattern of Izzy, Kadala, and then Kersonnes can work out her answer at her own pace.
Yeah, I've been doing art and designing things for most of my life. So yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily a professional, but yeah, I've been doing art for a long time.
That's cool. I mean, with your yeah, I mean, it really shows in the confidential cat NFTs. I think they're really for what they are, like as like are they meant to be? Sorry, are they meant to be profile picture NFTs? Is that the aim as part of it?
Yeah, yeah, that's the aim.
Yeah, so I like the level of like kind of detail that you managed to include in something that's I mean, like just look at the punks, right? Not that I dislike the punks. I mean, I have one myself, but in the sense that they're obviously a very different style and a lot more bringing a lot more of this like aesthetic value to it, which I think is really cool.
Thank you.
Kadala, what about you?
I've been drawing and creating for a long time as well. I'm actually a mechanical engineer. It's my profession. So this is kind of a side gig for me. And last year I started learning 3D modeling and creating in the 3D space. So that is very new.
Wow, you've only been doing 3D modeling for so wait, what at what point last year? Like late last year or early last year?
I think I started it around May last year.
Okay, well, that's really cool. I didn't know you were a mechanical engineer, so that's really interesting to hear. Are you trying to make this sort of side hustle your main hustle, as they say?
Yeah, I'm trying to, well, how to say it?
Cool.
The engineering is a bit hard for a woman, and there I need something to cool my mind with, if that makes sense.
That totally makes sense. I get that. I bet it's a good break from what you normally do.
Yes.
Do you want to ask the next question, Mav? Or just any questions you might have?
Sorry, I'm trying to read everything and and gather my thoughts at the same time.
I
sorry,
can take the next one while you think if you want.
I'm just looking to see if Kersonnes replied.
Oh, true.
When did Kersonnes? When did you get into design work? Or you did answer that up there. So she kind of did answer that. So
Yeah, I'll take that question in a second. So in the meantime, I don't know how to pronounce your username. Muge, is it? Asked Kadala, what software have you been using for 3D?
I'm using mainly Blender.
Nice. I have a friend who's been who does animation and 3D modeling with Blender. So it's his how like his main concern has been that because there currently isn't 3D displays on Stash, he's not too sure if he wants to be making or designing secret NFTs yet. Do you have similar concerns, or is it because you're kind of using it in the context of a game that is not a big worry?
For me currently it's not a big worry because, to be honest, I kind of learned it because of Urban Wars. So
Nice.
at the moment I'm not planning to do other 3D projects.
Cool. Yeah, that's fair enough. That makes sense then. Mav, did you have any questions?
I didn't realize that Stash doesn't allow 3D. Is that what you said?
As I don't think they have. Sorry, look, they might. This is my understanding is that there isn't. They don't currently have a way to display 3D models on Stash, but I believe that's being worked on, either as a feature of Stash or through like the secret collective, like gallery and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was thinking, because Kersonnes just asked if maybe because of the 3D file sizes, but I thought I read that Stash allows like the biggest file sizes almost of any. It's the 3D display, which wouldn't be the file size. Okay, that makes sense. I don't have any questions about this time. I'm reading what they're saying in the chat right now.
Yeah, all good. Okay, so I guess starting from Izzy, I'm curious, like, when did you guys first come across Secret Network? The generic questions, but ones that have to be asked. And how did you guys get involved with like designing specifically secret NFTs?
I got into the Secret Network probably, I want to say in November, like a couple months ago. I'm not exactly sure on the timeline. And I just I knew about NFTs and I wanted
Wanted to get started?
sorry. Sorry, I think I cut out. Yeah, I wanted to get started and I reached out to a couple people in the community and I built a team like that essentially. And everyone in the community is very welcoming and yeah, so it was really easy for me personally to learn out all about it through other people in the community.
Cool. Yeah, and I mean, you're still around, so we must have had some level of good impact or a good impression.
Yeah.
Kadala, how about you? How's your how did you get involved with Secret Network? Obviously, Dominion Labs, but how did you get involved there?
Yeah. Well, I started a game development journey in December of 2020. And that was the time when I discovered Stefan's work in the game development community, and I joined his server. And I've been posting arts there. Some of them were good.
No, that sounds cool. So what I'm hearing is you kind of came across Stefan's channel, or you already watched it, and then you kind of got involved in his personal server or his community, and then kind of things evolved from there because you were posting your art.
Yes,
That's cool.
I was following him, like his work.
Stefan, surely you share a photo, or if you're okay with that, Kadala, of something, or maybe Kadala, if you have something you're willing to share in the chat. Stefan said your art is awesome, and that you're making an understatement of your own work. So, yeah, I'd love to see it sometime.
Me too.
I
Okay.
feel like we're gonna get a little bit of consensus going here.
Okay.
I agree. I want to see it as well.
I actually have a website that another member of the server made of my postings in the server.
That's great. Are you willing to share that in the chat?
Yeah, sure. I will find it for you.
That does sound pretty good, Stefan. I have to say, I'm like my curiosity has been piqued. I think that would be
Yeah, me
the right way
too.
to put it. Yeah, I mean, like, anyway, yeah. So Mav, could you take the next question so I can go
Yes,
grab a glass of water?
absolutely. I
Thank
was
you.
nosing through her Instagram. I had to go look it up because everyone was talking about it.
Cool. Yeah.
You're
I'll
so
be
good.
right.
Yep, I can take the next questions. That is totally fine. I'm gonna read Kersonnes's answer to that question. She would like to tell you guys about her early journey in the NFT world. In September of 2021, a friend of hers told her about Craftly NFT Marketplace, which was on the Tron blockchain. I'm just going to read it. It took me some time to understand how NFTs work, and to be honest, I didn't believe that it's a great thing. And this is how it all began. I started drawing and selling my art on Craftly for the price of 500 to 2,000 TRX, which is $50 to $200 at the time. Then she decided to sell her oil paintings, which she'd been trying to sell for several years. The thing is that not too many people were interested in oil paintings in her country, but on Craftly, she found her customers and sold almost each painting for $200 to $300. That's awesome. That's amazing. Okay. After several months, Vitrube advised me to change an NFT marketplace to Stash based on Secret Network, and she thought about it, and it was the greatest move of her career. So,
Yeah, that's amazing.
yeah, definitely. Glad to have you on Secret for sure. Let's see if I missed anything else in here. You are very welcome. Okay, let's see what the next question is here. If you guys had to share a few words of wisdom to any aspiring artists who are looking to get involved with designing secret NFTs, what would you tell them?
I would say just to reach out to people in the community, learn about it, and go from there.
Jordan, I don't think that's how this should work. I'm just saying. I feel like that's misleading advice. Although it would probably work. And also, Kadala, how about you? Any tips for
Let
people
me
to get
think
involved?
a bit.
Yeah, all good.
I am very new to the NFT game.
Well,
This
how
is my
about
first involvement with NFTs. So I'm not sure either what to do and how to do.
And that's totally fair. Nothing wrong with not being sure. I guess maybe it would just be to find a community, kind of same sort of questions, right? So same sort
Yes,
of words,
yes.
right?
Go and ask around.
Yeah. Um. Did
Kersonnes' advice would be not to be afraid of starting something new, experiment and try new things, aim only pure thoughts to create the community and make it better.
cool. I mean, I have actually, Kadala, because you said you've only recently gotten involved with 3D modeling and animation. Did you say and animation? Am I tripping? Or did you say 3D modeling?
Only 3D modeling. I haven't got the time yet to start learning animation.
Okay. So, I mean, question then would be, like, how does your design process kind of change when creating 3D designs versus like 2D drawings, for instance? Like, and kind of, is there any specific change that would happen like in an NFT context, or just more broadly like 3D designs?
Well, as I said, I haven't designed too many NFTs, so I don't know how the process would change if I were designing 2D art for NFTs. But I can say that when I'm working in 3D, the best way for me is just to start modeling and see what comes out of it. Because in 3D space, everything looks very different than on paper.
That's really cool. Sorry, I was just working something out. So, Izzy, like, I'm kind of curious, how do you properly design like an attribute that kind of fits all bases of an NFT? Like, the example I kind of have here is like a hat on all the cats. And I mean, this is something I'm actually really curious about because I know that you can automate it with AI to an extent. The randomized attributes, obviously, you have to design aspects of it. But like, yeah, how does that work?
So it's a lot of trial and error in terms of designing the actual attributes. You know, we started with a base character. Of course, they look different and they are slightly different in some spots, but the overall kind of like the shape of the cat is the same. So yeah, so you start by making the attributes and trial and error really for me personally. I'm sure other people have a different process, but yeah, you start with the base character and you kind of see.
Cool, a good amount of iteration and creative process that goes into that, I'm sure. Um, yeah.
Yeah, maybe an add-on question. Like if you have designed all the attributes, you also have to think about what goes in front of what, and how do you think about that? Do you look through the entire collection to see if it all fits, or?
Yeah, so it is looking through the whole collection as well, but you know, if certain layers look better on top of other ones, then you just kind of, I guess I could say like you get it to be generated underneath a certain one and that type of thing. So it's just kind of messing around with it, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I think I just wanted to ask, like, are you guys, for each of you, are you guys planning on releasing more NFTs on Secret Network, or kind of iterating on your current creations? Yeah.
I'm working on the current project at the moment, personally.
That's nice. Kadala, how about you? Do you have plans past Auburn Wars?
Definitely, but I don't know when the time will come, because next to my daytime job and with Urban Wars, it can take a long time when I will have some free time to start planning and creating.
All I heard is Stefan needs to give you a raise.
That's some time to do your own art.
It obviously doesn't work like that, but that's all I heard. I'm just saying.
We will just peer pressure him into giving her more money.
Hey, I mean, guys, we've seen her art. I'm just saying.
Oh,
It's that level, you know. But yeah, what about you, Aliona? Are you planning on continuing with the whole like full? I know you mentioned new oil paintings related to Anons coming soon, but are you planning on creating your own NFT collection? Like, yeah, what's happening there?
Yes, so we can read it out. Kersonnes says yes. More secret NFTs are also planned. She has an idea for our collection on Stash, and she hopes we all enjoy it. But first, she has to finish her oil painting related to the add-on art. So I'm curious to see where that will go.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to say for the Anon art, it's so precise for being an oil painting. It's kind of amazing, like sort of hyper realism.
Wait, are they currently all oil paintings?
I don't think the current ones are. So,
Okay, so I was gonna say
Oh.
that's
Oh,
a crazy amount.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
yeah, I
would
was about to say, like, Laura, I'm like, if that's how they are, then that's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright,
My bad.
I'm glad you were wrong and not me, because I was gonna be like, wait, hold up. I feel like we've just completely understated like the level of effort and time that would go into making
Yeah.
oil paintings for like each full body add-on, considering what, 520 was it?
Oh gosh. Yeah. I can't remember. Is it 580? I think it might be 580.
Someone surely can clarify for us in chat. Maybe. Like,
she's
Ursula, do you know? Sorry?
she's making
Laura,
an oil. Oh, sorry. She's making an oil painting now that's related to Annans.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
yeah, and
It's
Laura has received a DM with a
Ah.
preview, I guess, of one of the art pieces, so she can share it.
Oh, yes. Okay. So you can grab that.
And in the meantime, Kadala, maybe a question for you. I was always interested in, since you are designing specifically for a game, if you are if you have a lot of connections with the actual developers of the game. So I assume that if you create like a 3D model or some art, that you think about what the weapon or the armor should do or how powerful it is before you make the entire concept. So do you think a lot about this?
Yes, of course. Mainly the functionality of the weapon. And I was updating the developers, mainly Stefan, about the designs of the towers. And we had the first pass, and then approval, and then second pass, and stuff like that.
That sounds cool. I'd like to see the towers. Is there a sneak peek available, or we have to wait? Oh, Stefan says he could share one.
Yeah, well, he has been sharing in the Miriam Labs Twitter posts also.
Oh, cool.
But I guess if he shares it, then I won't.
Yeah, Stefan, go for it. They're very cool. I'm
Yeah.
very keen to see them implemented like in game. I like how
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know, it'll be cool to see. I was gonna ask Izzy, so what is your yeah. do you create, thanks Ed, I really appreciate that. Do you create any art slash designs for members of the confidential cat community, just like in the same way that Kersonnes does for the Anon community, or at least do you have any plans to?
I might have some plans for the future. Right now, I've made a couple Twitter banners for people, and that's about it in terms of community art. But yeah, I definitely would like to do some things in the future for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's a mix of things, right? It's drawing, designing, and we've got some nice. It's like women in NFTs, good little mix. But maybe after when we go open floor, Stefan, if you're cool with that. Awesome. So, Kersonnes, what do you do to make your concept art of another project feel like it is your own work? So in reference to like how you build out the full body Anons, if that needed clarifying. Oh my, could everyone hear me okay? I just saw my net dropped.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And maybe while Kersonnes writes that up, Izzy, I was just kind of curious, what has been your experience interacting with the secret NFT community as a designer? Like, was it easier to find a developer and admins, like from your position, and like kind of how did people receive the collection? And I'll just bounce between answers.
Yeah, so it was kind of difficult at first, I guess, to get people involved. But what's nice about it is once I got one developer on it, it helped me find more people to join. So that was nice. But yeah, it was a little bit difficult at first. I mean, not knowing too many people in the community, not sure about who to reach out to. But yeah, in the end, once I found one person, I ended up being able to find everyone else. So it was good.
That's super cool. So like, I guess the developers are quite, I wouldn't say maybe tight knit isn't the right word, but like aware of each other at the very least and what everyone's interested in, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so, oh, Kersonnes, you're still. Oh, there it is. Okay, so just to reiterate the question, so for everybody listening, the question was, what do you do to make your concept art of another project feel like it is your own work for Kersonnes? And so, Ert, are you cool to read out her answer? Is that okay?
Yeah, of course, I'll do that. Yeah, so she says, thank you for the question. And she writes that her first full body anon was for a friend. So I guess that is Fat Group from Fat Group Music. He is also an anon. We invited her to the Stash Network and made her meet with the entire NFT world at all, because he also introduced her to Tron, as I read in her first answer. So she made a gift for him of his Anon in a full body version, and she didn't really think about to draw another one. But that's how it all started. But he revealed this full body Anon, and people liked it. So she had around 10 orders in a day to draw the same artwork, but for different people. And since then, she has been drawing more of them for other people. So I recently saw You Shadow got one of his Anon, and Spider-Man also got one. And she's now also drawing the Clandestina and Redacted Rabbits full bodies. So I saw, I think Geo got one for his Gucci rabbits, and I personally got one for my Clandestina.
It's really cool. And honestly, like all the full body, all the pieces of full body art that I've seen listed around Twitter, as people like to share the work that they've commissioned, have all looked absolutely amazing. I think it's been really wonderful to see people building on existing projects as well, and building out their communities. So like, maybe not building out their communities, but building out extra things on top of it, which I think is really cool. So Kadala, so how many different items have you designed so far? Like, do you use skins for the same model, or like is everything unique? Like, how does that work?
Well, I designed, I think 13 icons and 21 towers. Like, let's say 7 towers, and for each of them 3 tiers. And I wish I could use the same skin for all of them, but sadly I can't. It would be better for the game size as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, do you have anything else to say?
No, not really.
Okay, sorry, I just wanted, just wanted to make sure I wasn't interrupting. That's my bad.
Oh yeah, sorry. They just reminded me that I had designed tanks too. 5 of them.
That's cool. Are you guys able to share the design of a tank? Maybe is that or probably not. I'm not. I don't want to be like stepping on anyone's shoes here.
Well, it has been shared through also the Miriam Labs Twitter, so
Okay.
I guess Stefan can share it.
And maybe you guys can plug the Twitter as well in the chat for anybody that's looking to follow what you guys are doing and see more of your art. So Izzy, Izzy, how does it feel to see your PFP designs all over the Secret Network Twitter and Telegram pages? Like, to be getting a lot more exposure and to be feeling like, I guess, like, does it make you feel more does it make you feel really valued in the community, or like, yeah? I'm just curious about how your experience has been as like Confidential Cats has kind of cemented itself within the network.
I'm just really happy that people like it. It's great to see. I love seeing them on Twitter and different places, but yeah, I'm just really happy that people like it. It's definitely been a good experience and nice to see.
Yeah, people don't even see me as a human anymore. They just think I'm a cat.
Wait, you're not a cat? Oh, okay. Well,
That's weird, isn't it?
yeah, just a little bit. It is actually, I mean, like, jokes aside, it is probably like I do kind of identify a lot of people in this community by their profile pictures. Like Jordan with his mutant ape. Like, it's just really familiar.
That is
And I get,
that's fun.
yeah. I mean, I just realized that, like, I mean, I've had the punk for a bit. Until my Discord Nitro expired, but like, I guess I just realized that in some communities I'm in, they probably know and identify me by Thumper, because this is Thumper from Bambi. So that's pretty funny. It's maybe something for me to think about.
Yeah, I've
But yeah,
also been I've been communicating with some people who are having an add-on, and apparently some add-ons are really, really, really similar. So they're like almost the same, missing like one attribute. And I've been messaging people like across Twitter and their profiles here on Discord, and then apparently it was the wrong person who I was messaging. So you
oh
have to be
no.
careful when you have similar profile pictures.
Hey, mine's uniquely stolen from Bambi, so it's all good. No, I'm just matching with my girlfriend, and that's why. But so I asked in the chat before, Kersonnes, I don't know if you saw it. Oh, and goodbye, Laura. But a question about how does it feel to see your stickers used in all the Secret Network chats now? I'm just gonna quickly use a bunch of them.
Yeah, so I'll read it out loud. She says, "It's amazing. I didn't think these Anon stickers will be so popular, not only in Anon chat, but also in the entire secret ecosystem." She says she also has plans for these stickers. Create real stickers and send them to people who want it, so they can put these stickers in their home or something like this. It sounds really nice. Instead of seeing SafeMoon stickers everywhere, or Bitcoin stickers, we can put add-on stickers through the whole city.
And honestly, let's be real, the Anon stickers are just so much better.
Yes, they are. I really like the one which is throwing money at everything.
Wait, which one's that? Could you?
Yeah, it's the second one. I am not a cat sent. I also sent the
yeah.
stickers to a lot of other discords, like the Midnight Teddy Club and the Confidential Cats, and the stickers are available in those discords as well. So people are using them everywhere.
Putting the stickers in the streets, mage, I like that. I don't know how much the streets or the local councils would like us doing that, but I definitely like the idea.
It's a guerrilla marketing for the Anon community.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Maybe that's a play at some at a retro crypto conference of some sort, a convention of some sort. We just have add-on stickers all over the place.
Yeah, so maybe a question to Kadala. I was interested in this. Kersonnes mentioned that she does a lot of oil painting, so that's painting by hand, I guess it's physical. But you are doing 3D design, so that's only on the computer. And since you're coming from a mechanical engineering ground, I guess this is really familiar to you. But what do you prefer, drawing by hand or drawing on the computer or making 3D models?
And I started my artistic journey by drawing on paper, filled to sketchbooks. And after that, I was painting with watercolors for a while, and then I got myself a drawing tablet like 2.5 years ago. And I think I still prefer the original hand drawing, like on paper with pencils.
And did you make color paintings or like color drawings, or were they all with charcoal or with just gray pencils?
Well, I use watercolors to add color to the pencil drawings.
That's super nice. Yeah, nice concept. You have the fine lines, but within you have the nice watercolor like hues, I guess, from one side to the next.
Sorry, Mitch was asking in the chat, Izzy, which tools do you use for your digital illustrations, like Photoshop or?
Yeah, I use a couple of things. I definitely use Photoshop depending on what I need to do. I also like to draw on my tablet. But yeah, I've used Photoshop a lot. It really depends, kind of, I guess, what I'm going for.
What do you use to draw on your tablet? Because like Kersonnes mentioned, she uses Procreate on her iPad.
I don't actually remember what the program is called, honestly. But yeah, I've heard of Procreate. Um,
Did we have any more questions, Edmund? Did you have anything you wanted to ask? Outside of like
Well,
maybe.
I've asked my things, but everyone in here might want to ask something. So if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand and ask them, and speak up, or maybe ask them in the meetings chat, and we will ask them for you.
I just had a quick question, if that's okay.
Of course.
Sorry if I missed it, if somebody here already touched upon it during the AMA there. I'm kind of multitasking with my day job, but I think all three people here being interviewed do awesome work. And I was just curious, for somebody who's interested in getting into the artwork aspect for NFTs and wants to start learning more in graphic design, what would you recommend as like a software as an easy starting point, or like would you go towards Adobe Photoshop, or are there new programs I don't know about? It's been a couple of years since I've done it, but I want to get back into it as a hobby.
Izzy, maybe you take this one first.
sorry, yeah. Photoshop for sure. There's also Adobe Illustrator. Procreate I've heard is good. Yeah, there's a lot of resources online as well that you can look up and kind of see like how much some of these programs cost, or if there's some free ones you can start on. But yeah, those three I've heard are really good.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. And do they provide the option of adding audio as well? I'm trying to work with a music composer to do NFTs with music integrated into them and possibly like animation, etc. Or would I need something a little more complex? I like obviously won't be diving into that right away, but just in the future, I'm just curious.
I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, definitely something that I would look into though. That sounds really cool, but I'm not too sure personally.
So Kadala has said that she uses Krita for her 2D works, and that Blender has 2D animation with audio. And also from my personal, maybe not experience, but I don't believe that Photoshop and Illustrator have audio integration options, but I think you can probably port images across to After Effects and do it there, or like Premiere Pro. So you kind of as long as you stay within the Adobe suite, you can probably port designs across, but I'm not 100% certain about that.
Sorry, can I also just add something? I was just thinking about it also for stuff that's not too complex, but you're just starting to like design things. I don't know, maybe like logos and stuff. Canva's like a really simple website or program to use as well. It doesn't have much to it, but it's good, I would say, for someone who's starting out as well, just to see kind of like what you like to do.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Does anyone else have any questions that they wanted to share or ask in the meetings chat, or just open up your mic and ask?
More than a question, I think it's an idea of what I thought. It would be really interesting to see if the artists are open to this idea to have like a in real life kind of AMA session, or that they draw, or like just to see the process of one of those NFTs being built, or more like design and drawn. Would that be something that either Kersonnes or Kadala or Izzy would be open to it?
Yeah, I'd be open to discuss that for sure. That sounds like a really cool idea, and I'd be definitely open to.
Awesome. Be really happy to join and just like watch the process.
Yeah, that sounds really cool, honestly. Like, but I'm sure with there'd be depending on how comfortable everyone is sharing that sort of thing. So maybe something down the track, maybe at a convention. I don't know. That could be cool. Anybody else? Does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah, I had a question now. If Izzy, Kadala, and Kersonnes had any questions for each other. Kersonnes already mentioned in the chat she didn't really have a question. She just wants all the artists to don't stop and do what they want to do. But maybe Izzy and Kadala have a question for one of the other designers.
I don't think I have any questions for anyone. I'm sure I'll think about something later, and I'll probably have to message them. But yeah, no, for right now, I'm good.
Izzy, I need to get a confidential cat. How can I do that?
On
Are you
Stash.
on Stat?
Yeah, on Stash.
I might have missed it, but are you doing another collection, like a V2 or something like that?
No plans at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely a couple things definitely something to consider though. I'd like the idea of it, but I just don't think just yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so get one on stash, or two, or three. Make sure it has a color with either shade or secret on it. That's those are the real nice cats, in my opinion.
How much do they cost though? That they do sound really cool, and I'm sure they're worth their price. But
I think lowest shade color cat is 35 secret at the moment.
Nice.
And Laura posted the image in the chat, and for anyone listening in and not being able to look, it's a picture of a Marvel superhero statuette, I guess. I don't know how to call it, but where they're all in line, ready to start fighting. And I had this idea, I was talking about it with Izzy already, that it would be super cool if we had a full body art of both Redacted, Clandestina, and then Confidential Cat, and maybe Ample Agents or some other collections, and then draw this as the secret NFT superhero pack.
Oh, I like that.
So Izzy was starting on it already, but I think for some full body art we probably need Kersonnes. So if you guys are willing to work on this, then that would be great. I'd be happy to fund at least a part of it, because I think it would be a superb Twitter meme for everybody to post everywhere and anywhere. It's the secret NFT heroes ready to fight.
Yeah, I think
And
that would
like
be a great idea.
each artist could be behind their pieces as well. Like you know what I mean. Like they could, and obviously someone would need to sync it up, but that could be really cool. Oh yeah. So Stefan, you wanted to share more about the game dev?
Well, not particularly the game dev, but more about what Kadala does, because she's
Yes.
she's always underselling herself, and I would love to put her in the spotlight. So, like what Kadala was saying is that we go through a couple of phases to, we go from a concept, which really comes out of the design documentation, and of course, we talk about what is the turret? Is it a laser turret, a plasma turret, etc. But what's very different from creating an art NFT or a game NFT is that with game development, we have a lot of limitations and at the same time, a lot of freedoms that maybe you don't have in normal art. So for example, the amount of vertices in a object, that's basically the amount of triangles that go into it, determine how difficult it is for a graphical processing unit, your GPU, to put that on the actual screen. So, for example, I'll drop some images in the chat here. If you have something as simple as a rock, so first you have a model. That's one thing. So that's what Kadala makes. Then Kadala makes a texture that goes over that model, and that texture is basically flat, but it needs to wrap around this 3D object. So this is actually a texture that wraps around this 3D object to actually become a 3D element. But then we also want things like depth, and that depth we cannot put into the rock because that depth would create more vertices, and we're trying to avoid that. So then we create normal maps, and I'm uploading one now so you can get an idea how that works. And with that normal map and a game engine, we can create the illusion of depth even though it is not there. So if we take a look at the plasma turret, so you can see what that actually means for the plasma turret, I'll put it in the chat again. So for example, on the base of the turret, on these four corners that are colored yellow, you see this sort of inlay in the sort of triangular or trapezium inlay. That inlay does not exist on the 3D model. That inlay is only created through a normal map that then the graphical processing unit displays as if there is depth. And that way we have less vertices in our model, and thereby it becomes a lot more mobile friendly. The size of the model goes down, so you need less memory in your computer. The same is true for all these sort of like emissions where you can see the light shine on the image. So all these reflections that you can see, especially on the top of the turret, that is not a gloom that is inside the actual, let's say, texture. because that texture, we can turn around this model. This model can turn around. It's a 3D game. So the light can come from different places, and the graphical processing unit needs to know how light should reflect off of this turret. So similar to the normal map, you also have emission maps, and you have metallic maps, and you have all kinds of maps that we put together. So basically she creates a 3D model, and then depending on how much detail we need for that specific thing, 4, 5, or 6 different textures that then tell the graphical processing unit how to display that object, how to bounce light off of it, how metallic it should be, how much light it should absorb, all these different elements that make a 3D game a 3D possible to process. So Kadala went over like, well, we go through 2-3 stages, but actually Kadala does a hell of a lot more than just draw something or build something. She's really going with SCRT, who's also in the chat here, and me, as in, well, how should it look? How should it move? How can we mechanically make this animate? Because once Kadala is done, it goes to SCRT, who's in the chat here. Then SCRT starts animating it to make sure that the thing can move based on what we tell the thing to move in code. But in order for that to move properly, it also needs to make sure that everything in that turret has the right pivots, that some elements of the turret doesn't clip into other parts of the turret, which especially becomes challenging with things like spider tanks. And all that sort of engineering thought is a team effort where we communicate with each other about how something should look, and Kadala takes all that information and then outputs these amazing 3D models. So I did want to share that because it's a lot more than just, we do something, we check it, we do something, we get some feedback, and we do something more. It's actually very, very complicated, and she's doing an amazing job at it.
Yeah, totally. That definitely sounds like she was hard underselling herself. I'm not gonna lie. That explanation really is like puts a spotlight on just the amount of work that you need to do to get everything to work within Auburn Wars. No worries, Kadala. Stefan's just here. I'm batting for you in the right way. It's really nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, you go.
I was just gonna say, we had a smaller gathering today than we had last week, but I think it was really nice to learn a little bit about how you go about designing and drawing art for games or specific NFTs or even concept art. So I think it was really interesting. We still have some few minutes if people want to ask any questions, and otherwise we will end the AMA here, and people can stick around for 5 to 10 minutes to ask some other questions to me or some other people in here, non-related to designing NFTs. So if you have any questions, please speak up. I guess there are not a lot of questions anymore. We went over an hour, and Dreki has to really sleep. It's 7 a.m. at his place, and for me it's also almost good night time. So
Wow.
yeah, it's just what he says in English. It's devotion to doing a lot for this community.
Yeah, I can see that. You guys are awesome.
No, you're awesome. But yeah, yeah, as much as sorry if I've been a little bit distant at all during this meeting. I'm just trying to keep it together. But I hope everyone's had fun and learnt something at least. Gotten to learn a little bit more about each of the projects, each of the artists behind some of the more well-known NFTs on the network, and yeah, it's been good.
Thanks for having us on.
So I think just in case, like maybe last call if anybody has any questions before we head off. or at
I
least
maybe
before I
have
head
one
off.
question, but I don't want to put anyone on the spot. But Secret Bullrun, are you able to say something about how you draw your project? We didn't really intend you. We didn't know you would be here, but you have really, just super nice art as well. It's very interesting and very fine detailed. Maybe you want to share a little bit on your project and what you did. But I'm not sure if you're able to talk on this at the moment.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm the artist of the Secret Bull Run, and I've been part of the Secret Network community for a little while now, and I just thought to create something to diversify the NFT space a little more. So I created traditional pencil drawings. And turn those into NFTs.
After you create those, do you work on them like with a tool, like Adobe Photoshop or something like that?
Yeah, so I created the charcoal drawings. I got them professionally digitized, and then I added special effects on them using Photoshop.
Very cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
I would second that. Your art is like, I've seen it around Twitter mainly, and it's like, it's really, really cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Ert, do you think we're good to close then? Did you have any other questions?
Yeah, I don't have any other questions. I'm just really happy everybody wanted to share something about the work. I think it was really interesting. I'm not really that into graphic design. I can't even draw a stick man. So yeah, it was interesting to hear about how you do all of this. And I hope to see you around. And if you want to get any extra exposure on your project or you want to share your socials, then please do in the meetings chat or speak up, and then we'll make sure to put those out on Twitter another time and to get you some extra following.
So thanks to you guys. Wait, sorry, did you want to say something? I saw you mute and unmute.
Well, I wanted to say exactly the same thing. Thank you to everybody who was joining and to everybody who wanted to be our guests today. Next week, we'll be talking to Carter, Dalt, and Jeremy from Secure Secrets and Shade Protocol about their upcoming launch of the Shade token. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that, then you can join in again next Monday. It's a little bit after the airdrop, hopefully, so that everybody is excited, I guess, to learn more. I expect a lot of people.
Yeah, that sounds pretty exciting. Thanks, you guys, for doing this AMA and the women NFT artists as well.
Thanks, everyone for coming on. Izzy, Kadala, Kersonnes, and everyone else, Julia, some Secret Bull Run. Thanks for speaking up, and yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful whatever time of day it is.
Yep, you too. Bye, everybody.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, stop Greybot.
Yeah, I will stop in when everybody has left.
Okay.
It's a little bit less awkward.
Fair enough. All right. I'll catch you later. I'm gonna go fucking crash. Ciao.
Yeah, go sleep. I'll see you later.
See ya.
See ya. Thank you for being here as well, Brendan. I hope you liked it.
Thank you for listening in on the Agents of the Roundtable Community AMA. Follow us on Twitter at secret_AOTRT and every Monday at 7 p.m. UTC in the Secret Network Discord.